We recently reviewed the compact Wurkkos HD10, and now it's time for its larger counterpart, the full-size HD11. The flashlight has a unique rotating head design that automatically switches from flood to spot mode, a feature I've never seen before. We'll explore all its features, test the beam pattern, and see how it holds up in our durability test. Let's get into it. Here's a look at the flashlight. It can be switched to a 90-degree angle for added flexibility. When you rotate it, the flashlight automatically switches between flood and spot modes. This is a feature I haven't seen in other flashlights. Everything is controlled by a single button, which also acts as a power and charging indicator. The spotlight runs on a single LED. The floodlight uses 6 LEDs, while the red lights rely on 3 LEDs. Unfortunately, the red lights are underwhelming. To activate mood mode, hold down the power button while the flashlight is off. Double-click to cycle through the light modes. Hold the power button to adjust the brightness, and double-click again to access turbo mode. For the red lights, triple-click. Then hold the button to switch to red flashing lights. Single-click turns the flashlight off. To lock the flashlight, press the power button 4 times when it's off, and it will blink to confirm that it's locked. Body has a durable matte finish, with a textured design for better grip. There's a heat warning label on top, but this model runs relatively cool. It also comes with a clip and a lanyard, although the lanyard hole is on the clip itself, which isn't the most secure spot, but it works. At the base, there's a magnetic tail. Now let's check out the battery. Inside, the tube has O-rings on both sides for dust and water resistance, and 2 spare O-rings are included. Both the head and the cap have spring terminals to keep the battery secure. The flashlight is powered by an 18650 battery. This flashlight has an incredible runtime. On the back, there's a USB-C port, which is well sized to fit most USB cables. The package includes a charging cable, and it charges at a steady 1 amp. The flashlight remains fully functional while charging. A full charge from 0 takes 2 hours and 17 minutes. The HD11 measures just under 4.5 inches in length and about an inch in thickness. Rotating the head 90 degrees, it's just over 1.5 inches thick, while the narrowest part, the tail, comes in at less than an inch. It weighs 132 grams. For a size comparison, here it is next to a $100 bill and a credit card. Let's compare it to other flashlights that have a rotating head. The small Wurkkos HD10, the largest in the group, the Wubin L1, the Wubin X3, and one of my favorites, the Barut V20. This is the runtime test for the HD11, and it lasted an impressive 9 hours and 35 minutes. Both the flood and spots were on together. After just 1 minute, the flashlight dimmed down to high. At 52 minutes, it dimmed down to medium. By 2 hours and 24 minutes, it dimmed down to low. Another dimming happened at 8 hours and 13 minute mark, finally shutting off at 9 hours and 35 minutes. An incredible runtime. Let's check out how this flashlight performs at night. We're back in the backyard to test the beam pattern and brightness. Starting at 75 feet from the trees. We'll move the camera closer to evaluate the beam. Now at 25 feet from the trees. We're looking at the mid-level output. We're now 5 feet away now to highlight the lower brightness settings. Let's check out the red lights. What's going on here? Not a fan of this beam pattern at all. Here are some drone shots. Drone starts at 15 feet. And then ascending to 50 feet. This This is the beam pattern at 100 feet. And finally, here's a drone shot at 200 feet up. Now we're on to the final segment, and in my opinion, the most important part of the video, the durability testing. We started with the drop test, where we dropped the flashlight 50 times from 5 feet. As expected, it held up well. No major damage, just a few minor scratches on the aluminum head and tail. Then proceeded with the impact test, striking the flashlight multiple times with a hammer. It performed exceptionally well, showing only a few minor marks on the head. Next, we conducted the scratch test. I used a pick, a flathead screwdriver, and a utility blade. The pick left some light marks. The flathead screwdriver made visible scratches. But surprisingly, the utility blade didn't leave any mark. Overall, this test didn't go well, with the flashlight accumulating too many scratches for the amount of pressure applied. Since this flashlight has moving parts, we also tested how it handles debris. It performed well and showed that it can withstand pocket lint. Additional tests, we ran it over. The aluminum cap sustained a few tiny marks, but the flashlight continued to function perfectly. Finally, we left the flashlight on red mode and froze it for 24 hours. Red light is still on, and everything worked as expected. Overall, I'm impressed with the results, though the scratch test could be a bit better. The Wurkkos HD11 stands out with its impressive runtime, easy one-button operation, making it simple to use. This flashlight is built very well with a solid and durable construction, almost passing all of our tests, though it only partially withstood the scratch tests. The body feels premium and provides excellent grip with its textured design. It also runs pretty cool, which is a plus for those who prefer a flashlight that doesn't heat up too much during use. On the downside, the red lights create visual artifacts and makes the beam inconsistent. There's no dedicated lanyard hole. While there's one on the clip, it's not nearly as secure. While the output is decent, I prefer more power in the floodlights for better performance. If you're looking for something more compact, check out my review on the HD10. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.